Big news today. These are the top deaths making headlines this week, straight from legacy.com. It's the first week of June 2026. I'm Lynette Crowther, your host and the news editor at legacy.com. Head to our site to read full stories on these lives and leave your own message of support. Big loss for music today. Singer Peabo Bryson has died. He passed June 2nd in a Marietta, Georgia hospital. A stroke took his life. He was 75. Bryson ruled the R&B charts in the 70s, 80s, and 90s with hits like If Ever You're in My Arms Again. Fans also loved his duets, Beauty and the Beast with Celine Dion, Tonight I Celebrate My Love with Roberta Flack, and A Whole New World with Regina Belle. Hollywood is mourning today. Film editor Marcia Lucas died May 27th in Rancho Mirage, California. Cancer took her at 80 years old. She won an Oscar for editing Star Wars, working side by side with then-husband George Lucas. She also cut Return of the Jedi. Her sharp editing also shaped Raiders of the Lost Ark, American Graffiti, and Taxi Driver. Football fans, listen up. Hall of Famer Raymond Berry has died. He passed May 25th in Murfreesboro, Tennessee at 93. As a star receiver for the Baltimore Colts, he helped the team win championships in 1958 and 1959. Later, he coached the New England Patriots, taking them all the way to their first Super Bowl. Sad news from Paris. Author and filmmaker Marjane Satrapi died June 4th at 56. Her family says grief over her husband's recent death played a role. She wrote the powerful graphic novel Persepolis, sharing her own story of growing up during Iran's Islamic Revolution. She later turned it into a film, winning a big prize at Cannes and earning an Oscar nod. The Commodores just lost a legend. Bass player Ronald Laprede died May 30th in Auckland, New Zealand at 75. He laid down the groove on classics like Easy, Brick House, and Three Times a Lady. He also co-wrote Zoom, a moving tribute to his wife, written while she battled cancer. Basketball world, take note. Coach Rick Adelman has died at 79. He led the Portland Trail Blazers to 2 NBA Finals as head coach, earning a spot in the Hall of Fame. He also had a solid playing career, suiting up for the San Diego Rockets, New Orleans Jazz, and Chicago Bulls. Sad news for Hollywood. Actress Kelly Lee Curtis died May 30th at home in Bellevue, Idaho at 69. No cause of death yet. You may know her from Trading Places, The Sect, and shows like The Sentinel and Star Trek Deep Space Nine. She was also the big sister of Jamie Lee Curtis and daughter of Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh. A true American hero is gone. Army veteran Bruce Crandall died May 31st in Tempe, Arizona at 93. He flew over 900 combat missions in Vietnam. During the 1965 Battle of Ia Drang, he made 22 dangerous flights to save wounded soldiers, even after other crews called it too risky. President George W. Bush later gave him the Medal of Honor. His courage was later shown on screen in the movie We Were Soldiers.
Neighborhood fans, this one hurts. Joe Negri has died at 99. You knew him as Handyman Negri on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, running the music shop in Make Believe. Off-screen, he was a jazz guitar master, building guitar programs at Pitt, Duquesne, and Carnegie Mellon. He also served in the U.S. Army back in the 1940s. Music world mourning another star. Foster Silvers died May 30th from prostate cancer at 64. Back in 1973, he scored a teen hit with Misdemeanor. He later joined his siblings in the group The Silvers, singing co-lead on their #1 smash Boogie Fever. An American trailblazer has died. Army nurse Diane Carlson Evans passed May 20th from cancer at 79. She worked in a Vietnam burn unit from 1968 to 1969 and served 6 years in the Army Nurse Corps. After the war, she fought hard to build the Vietnam Women's Memorial, now standing on the National Mall. She became a voice for every woman who served in Vietnam. Soccer fans, big loss today. Bobby Tamblyn died this June at a care home in Cork, Ireland after a long illness. He was 84. As a forward for Chelsea from 1959 to 1970, he's remembered as one of the club's all-time greats. He also played for England's national team in the 60s. TV fans, sad news. Actress Caitlin O'Heaney died May 18th in Tarrytown, New York at 73. She starred as Agent Sarah Stickney White in the '80s show Tales of the Gold Monkey and played Snow White on The Charmings. On the big screen, she appeared in He Knows You're Alone and the Midsummer Night's sex comedy. Reality TV is grieving today. Matt Brown died in May at just 42 years old. His cause of death hasn't been confirmed. Fans knew him from Alaskan Bush People, where he shared his family's wild life in Alaska. He also connected with fans daily on social media. Skateboarding lost a legend. Mark Johnson died May 26th at 49. No cause of death has been shared. He was a California skate icon whose videos inspired an entire generation of riders. Fans are calling him a true all-time great, gone way too soon. Hockey world in shock today. Claude Lemieux has died. He passed May 28th in Lake Park, Florida by suicide at 60. He won 4 Stanley Cups across 3 decades with Montreal, New Jersey, and Colorado. Fans remember him as a fierce, tough competitor who always showed up big in the playoffs. Here's something special. Every week, families post thousands of new obituaries on legacy.com. So many ask people to give to the Alzheimer's Association. In 2024, Alzheimer's became the 6th biggest killer in America. That's why we built a brand new memorial page honoring families touched by this disease. One story, a beloved kindergarten teacher from Missouri, proud grandmother of many. Another, a 26-year Navy veteran who kept helping fellow vets for years. His family wrote that Alzheimer's took his memories, but never his love. Visit legacy.com and click the memorial to read more. Now let's look back. Legacy.com also remembers stars who passed years ago. 1 year ago, music legend Sly Stone died at 82, the genius behind Sly and the Family Stone hits like Everyday People and Family Affair. 1 year ago, Brian Wilson died at 82, the creative force behind the Beach Boys and songs like Good Vibrations and God Only Knows. 5 years ago, actor Charles Robinson died at 75, known for playing Mac on Night Court. 20 years ago, musician Billy Preston died at 59, famous for Will It Go Round in Circles and his keyboard work with the Beatles. 21 years ago, actress Anne Bancroft died at 73, an Oscar and Tony winner for The Miracle Worker and star of The Graduate. And singer Brad Delp, Boston's original voice on hits like More Than a Feeling, was born 75 years ago. He died in 2007 at 55. Flags are flying at half-staff across the country this week. In Massachusetts, flags honor former Congressman Barney Frank. In Virginia, flags remember the victims of the 2019 Virginia Beach shooting. In Washington, flags honor those lost in the Nippon Dynawave plant tragedy in Longview, Washington. In Arkansas, flags honor fireman Royal Bradford Luker, killed at Pearl Harbor in 1941. His remains just came home. In Pennsylvania, flags remember former Fire Chief George Bud Turner and Officer Kristen Yeager, who died in the line of duty. In Maryland, flags honor firefighter-paramedic Demare Lloyd. In Kansas, flags remember firefighter-paramedic William Corey Liam Price, killed in the line of duty. And in Alabama, flags honor former state senator John E. Amari. That's it for this week. Read more on every story at legacy.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and hit subscribe on YouTube for the latest national death news.